Okay, last question. Hi, Anthony. I'm signed up for the Wicklow 200 this weekend. I'm starting it with a group of riders that I train with occasionally. Some riders are stronger than me and some are weaker. I have 3 questions for you. How do I broach the subject of splitting up? Judging by the chat on our WhatsApp group, some people think we're all going to wait around all day for each other and finish as a group. Number 2, what's the etiquette of tagging along with other groups as you come across them on the road if they're going the same speed as you? How long do I ride in the front, etc.? And lastly, do you have any other tips for getting through the 200-kilometer day? And that's from Cahill. Okay, we'll take those one by one, will we?
Yeah, so the first one, it's about broach the subjects of splitting up.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to split up. I think if you don't want to split up, you don't have to split up. Like I
No,
rode
he
it.
does. He does want to split up. He wants to split up. He's stronger than some people. He's weaker than other people. And he wants to broach the subject of splitting up.
I think if you're going out as a group, ride as a group.
Oh, I totally disagree.
Well, then why go as a group?
Well, I think if you're meeting up with people or you might bump into them, but if you've trained for your 200-kilometer Wicklow 200, and this is like your targeted event, okay? And you've been on your watt bike, you've been religiously training and sticking to your sessions. Why would I go and there's somebody way weaker than me, someone who wants to stop every 10 minutes, take pictures, someone who wants to stop at every food stop?
None of this is based on the question though.
But I'm just saying, I will say to the group that I am going to do my own thing. That's exactly what I did last year when I did the Wicklow 200.
Okay, but if we just take the question. So if we just take his specific situation, like he doesn't say that's his target event and he doesn't say the others are going to be stopping for our pictures.
But he does say he wants to broach the subject of splitting up.
Yeah, so my question will be on that why. I don't think it's a good idea. I think if you're going to go out as a group, you stay together as a group. So I think, like, I'm going to ride it with one of my old teammates and his dad, who's nearly 70 years old at the weekend. I'm not going to just meet them and then hit it on the first climb and his 70-year-old dad is left behind for a day. But
last year you rode it with a group of guys and loads of them were left way behind because you and a couple of the guys were way stronger. So it's like, it naturally split.
Yeah, so I think you can define your goals going into the day. If you're going as a group and you're saying we're going to stay as a group, I think stay as a group. If you're going for a hard workout like we were last year to have a hard day in preparation for something else, I think that's different. I think that's people know what they're buying in for. But generally, I think if you're going out as a group of friends and if someone is stronger, you can ride the climb, which is typically where someone's going to get dropped, double back for them, and then ride the climb at their pace over the top. Now, it's different if there's a chasm in ability and somebody has to stop for, like you were saying, if somebody's stopping for pictures or somebody's stopping for 10 minutes at the top of a climb, like you go up and you double back and then you're riding the climb with them and then they're stopping for 10 minutes.
At the food stops.
Yeah, there's
no urgency.
But
yeah.
I don't think maybe it's me reading into the question as much as you are on the other end, but that doesn't sound like the dynamic of the group to me. It just seems like there may be different abilities within the group.
No, I agree with you, but I do think there will be a lot of people going to these massive sportifs. And as I said, I did this race last year and not a race.
Not a race. And that's the key point where it turns on. It's not a race.
But I did this last year and I was going out with a guy, Chris, shout out to Chris, who you actually coach. And I basically said to Chris at the very beginning, we are not sticking together all day long if our abilities aren't the same. Like, there's just no point. I've trained too hard for this. I want to give it my best shot. I want to do it in a time that I'm really, really proud of. And if you're stronger than me, I'm happy to sit in your wheel. But if I'm stronger than you, I'm going to shoot on. And I was just really, really honest about that. The next part of this question, though, he says, which makes me think that he wants to break up this group even further, is what's the etiquette of tagging along with other groups as you come across them on the road? So that did happen last year. I was riding on my own for a little bit, portions of it, and then you come across or you catch up with groups that are going roughly around the same speed as you, or you come out of the feed stations, you kind of get in with a group. What's your advice for joining?
I don't think
these
there's
groups?
a problem there with jumping into another group. But I don't think don't overthink how long to ride on the front for, etc. It's not a race. This is like an event where everyone's out together. Like, there's going to be very mixed abilities from people who are just starting all the way up to pros or ex-pros. A lot of people are just going to be out enjoying themselves in these type of sportifs. So you don't need to worry about how much time I'm riding at the front. Like, if I'm in a group, I'll happily sit on the front for 5 hours, not expect someone to come around me or offer a turn. It's not like in a race where you're trying to conserve energy and play this little
This is quite funny
shadow
because
boxing
this
game.
is really showing up the differences and experiences that we've had, me as like a leisure cyclist and you as a high performance athlete, because I've been in these sportives, in the middle of them, and there is so many groups and so many people who are like really, really trying their best and really pushing. And for Cathal, if you're jumping into other groups that are going faster or as faster, you're comfortable in that group, you will notice that some of them are kind of like a motley crew of people who've just kind of like banded together and there's no organization. And then you will also have other groups where there is like rolling through, it's very organized, there's shouts to do a little bit of work. So what I would say if you're coming into a group is just read the room and kind of see.
That's the best advice, I think.
Yeah.
Just read, like you'll know if people are starting to roll through, if it's like kind of on, you'll get a sense. Also, you'll get a sense if people are safe or dangerous, because his last part is any other tips. And I think that's the main thing. It's like you want to have fun. You don't want to be in a group that are taking unnecessary risks beyond their ability on descents, around corners at speed. Because given that marshals at these things are going to be fatigued because they're standing there for 7-8 hours stopping traffic. So you want to be safe and have a good day. And that'd be kind of my main tip for it, outside of eat.
Yeah, that's my number one tip is eat. I set my alarm for every half an hour on my Garmin and I ate a Turkish delight every half an hour, which is insane. Kind of makes me want to vomit thinking about it now. I stocked up at all the food stations. I didn't dilly-dally, got loads into my pockets and just kept on eating. That was literally the only thing that got me through that day. So that's my absolute number one tip.
Yeah, eat and drink. I think if you can eat 60 to 100 grams of carbs per hour, read the back of wrappers and see how many grams of carbohydrates there are an hour. Don't do anything new. Hydrate loads. Don't wear any new kit. And yeah, have fun.
Have fun. Don't forget.
So if you like this video, you should definitely check out this video because I know you're going to love it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.